So the worst possible outcome for Cooper Flagg is that he ends up in Charlotte or Washington, two of the teams that hold the best odds for the number one pick. Yeah, I guess on paper it would look good. He'd be paired up with LaMelo Ball, or in Washington he'd be paired up with like Jordan Poole. However, let's be real, the NBA does not want him in either of those two markets, and here's why I think they could potentially rig the draft like they did with Patrick Ewing. And I don't think we should sit here and pretend like there's not some validity to the fact that the NBA doesn't want certain players in certain markets and that they can potentially rig the number one overall pick. Anyway, we know Cooper Flagg's probably not going to go back to Duke, no matter what kind of NIL package they throw at him. So who are the two teams that I think are going to get rigged to the number one pick for Cooper Flagg? And remember, it has to be teams that have number one pick odds. We saw the Atlanta Hawks jump up like 10 picks last year to the number one pick. So this year, I think it's going to be either Chicago or I think it's going to be the Philadelphia 76ers. You could also argue the Spurs with Wemby, but I think they're going to put Cooper with the Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid, or like I said, the Chicago Bulls, kind of bringing back relevance like they had when they had Derrick Rose and when they had Michael Jordan. Anyway, let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do you think the NBA is going to rig it, or do you think he's really going to end up with either Charlotte or Washington or some other team like the Utah Jazz?